Nearly 50 years ago, a geologist working on a railroad in northern BC found a mysterious claw in the rocks he was studying. Now scientists are confirming his discovery half a century ago is actually an entirely new species of dinosaur. Veronica Cooper has more.
This is pretty close to the actual size Buster would have been. So Buster isn't a huge dinosaur. It's kind of like a sheep with a long tail.
Buster is the nickname for a dinosaur discovered in northern BC nearly 50 years ago. Years of research has now confirmed Buster is a brand new species.
Called Phaerosaurus sustadensis. A little bit of a mouthful, but it means the iron lizard from the Sustut River. And that's because it was found along a railway line in 1971. It belongs to a group of dinosaurs called the Leptoceratopsidae, which is not exactly a household name group of dinosaurs, but they're basically like small, hornless relatives of Triceratops, the big horned dinosaurs. And they have a very short frill and no horns on their face, but they've got this deep parrot-like beak.
How do they know all this just from a few bones?
We don't have a full skeleton, but it's actually a relatively complete dinosaur for British Columbia. We've got parts of the arm and shoulder, parts of the leg, and these really cool toes that are these nice kind of like hoof-like claws almost. And by looking at these bones and comparing with other dinosaurs in other museum collections, we can figure out what kind of dinosaur it was and whether it's a new species or an existing species.
Arbour and her team studied Buster extensively for many years.
It's very exciting, and it's a lot of fun sitting here trying to tease out all the information we have from a couple of bones and reveal something new about ancient British Columbia.
And what did the research reveal?
Buster lived about 67 million years ago, which is right at the very end of the age of dinosaurs. That's about 1 million years before the big mass extinction that kills all the dinosaurs except birds. We don't know exactly what color Buster was, but the artistic reconstruction behind me has given him kind of a mottled brown appearance. That's because Buster's small and probably lived in a very forested environment, and a lot of small animals today tend to be kind of camouflaged in that way.
Arbour and her colleagues published their findings this month in Peer J, the Journal of Life and Environmental Sciences, and the search for more British Columbia dinosaurs will continue.
Most dinosaurs have been found, at least in Canada, in Alberta, in the Badlands, where there's lots of big deserts, and it's really easy to hike around and look for dinosaur fossils. In British Columbia, it's a little bit harder because we have to go up into the mountains, and we need to use helicopters, and it's really hard to hike around in those areas. But we've got a couple of spots that look really promising, and that's where I'm hoping to target over the next few years.
Buster, the Phaerosaurus sustadensis, will be on display at the Royal BC Museum Pocket Gallery until the end of February.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, bringing British Columbia's stories together.